are garden vegetables that I had harvested, some of them a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago, or maybe longer. Like these turnips, for example, they have been harvested for quite a while, and I need to preserve these. I also have cherry tomatoes we're going to roast in the oven.
And discolored cucumbers I need to peel and use up.
If we have some turnips left, and I think that we will. My husband has a special slicer, and he wants to use it, so he'll be showing his hands in the video, but that's it. He won't show his face.
Out in the garden, we have beautiful kale that we can use to make kale chips along with the turnip chips.
These turnips have been cleaned and thoroughly scrubbed with the toothbrush. They still have a discoloration. This is perfectly natural. This is called oxidation. So we're going to start with these. These are the smaller turnips, and I'm saving the larger ones for chips.
Just slice up your turnips any way you like, preferably pickle size.
You like to leave a little bit of maybe half an inch or so, or fourth an inch at the top.
I'm starting with warm water, which will help to dissolve the salt more quickly.
And I filled it up to 4. We're using 4 cups. For every 4 cups of water, you use 2 tablespoons of non-iodized salt. That do not use regular table salt. You use pickling salt, kosher salt, or sea salt. And I have kosher salt. So we're going to put that in here and stir and get it mixed up really well before we add it to the jar of turnips. This is the brine. It's that simple.
Make sure that the turnips are completely submerged into the brine. So I'm just going to put the lid on tightly and store it in the back room where I store a lot of my garden produce. It takes between 5 to 12 days for these turnips to ferment. It's according to your taste.
Dan is using a Presto salad shooter.
And he has a thin, wavy potato chip slicer he's using.
Yeah.
It's an experiment. He's never used this before on this salad shooter. So these should be wavy. Did you say thin and wavy shape?
Yeah, because they have a thicker one.
Oh, okay.
Thick wavy.
So let's see how this turns out with the turnip chips.
Well, let's try one and see how it comes out.
Yes.
I had to turn down the volume. I got carried away with excitement.
They're just like potato chips.
That's so cool.
Oh, this is so cool. These are turnips, people. They're the easiest thing to grow. And I love potato chips, but these are so much healthier. And they already have a good flavor going on. Just put a little salt on them. I can't wait to put these in the oven. Oh, let's do some more, honey. I don't know where he got this gadget from, but it's amazing. Wonderful. Okay, I have my kale chips, and they're very large pieces, in the bowl, and pouring in some avocado oil. I have a glove on, and I'm just going to massage the kale. I'm just doing the oil. We'll salt and pepper the kale after we put it on the baking sheet. Just make sure all of the kale looks glossy, like that. That way you know it's covered with the avocado oil.
Here we are preparing cherry tomatoes for roasting in the oven.
Avocado oil.
Salt and pepper.
And a little basil. Okay. And we could just take a spoon and do this. I like this better. All right, some people use like Himalayan salt or sea salt on their kale chips. That's fine if you want to do that. For me, it's not necessary. This is not a fancy occasion or anything. But for special occasions, yes, I do use the finer salt. I have Himalayan. I've had it for years. Never even used it. So that will be interesting to try it out sometime. Turn it over on the other side. And then it will be pre-salted and peppered. Trying to use all I can from this bottle. I don't want to waste any of it before I open the other bottle. So we're going to give everything the massage. I've got avocado oil, salt, pepper, and paprika. If I feel like we need more when I put it on the pan, I'll add more of those seasonings. I'm going to be gentle with these. I don't want to snap them in half or anything. All right, then I'm going to go ahead and put a little more paprika just to give these pretty color here and there and everywhere on the chips. Look, this one needs some paprika. Put all 3 pans in the oven.
We'll discuss the baked kale chip timing later in the video.
These will take probably 25. These may take 30 minutes, but I'm going to put it in a lower rack, so that should help speed things up.
We are baking at 375 Fahrenheit. The turnip chips and roasted cherry tomatoes turned out great. This is the second batch of kale chips. The first batch turned out black and overbaked, but we ate them anyway.
I just pulled these cucumbers out of the refrigerator, and I'm peeling them because the peelings are very tough, and they do have some soft spots. I need to use these up. They're getting bitter. See, it turned orange. And you can use them. You don't need to throw them away. You can use them for pickles or relish or a Greek yogurt dip. But I'm using sour cream instead of yogurt because I don't have any yogurt. And I like to save money by not running to the store on a whim and buying everything that we need when you can improvise and use what you have. Now I've shredded the cucumber. There were 3 small cucumbers. And this is just barely enough for what I need. I'm squeezing out the water is what I'm doing. It has a lot of water like zucchini does. When you shred it, when you chop it, it's not a problem. And here I have my sour cream, and it's not quite enough, so I'm going to compensate with ranch dressing. So we put garlic powder, salt and pepper. Add your shredded cucumber
And drizzle just a little bit of olive oil.
We definitely need some green color here, and if you can put chives in this if you like, or green onions. I'm thinking, well, the recipe calls for fresh mint, and I have fresh mint out in the garden that tastes like lemon. And here's our fresh mint. I just gave it like a light rinse so I could wash off any impurities that may have been on it. I'm just going to put some in a bowl, and then we'll store the rest of the dip in a container in the refrigerator. To use as my vegetable dippers, I'm going to use a zucchini was harvested a couple weeks ago,
And a fresh red pepper from the garden. This Greek cucumber dip is called tzatziki. I made it with sour cream and ranch dressing instead of yogurt. And I cut up some veggies to the side, zucchini and red pepper, along with big dipper chips from Aldi.
So I hope I inspired you today to get into your vegetable crispers in your refrigerator and pull out those vegetables and fruits that are going bad and use them up. And you can cook vegetables up in a lot of healthy snacks and make them absolutely delicious. And don't care whether it's trendy or not, as long as the vegetables are healthy, that's what's important. Like turnips, for example, in a recent survey were voted the most hated vegetable in America. And that's what I cooked in this video. And do I care? Heck no, because I want to encourage you to grow something that you can grow very easily, a wonderful root vegetable that is extremely healthy. Take this journey with me to eat healthier and be more self-sufficient by growing your own food. God bless each and every one of you. I'll see you on the next one.